Hi, welcome to Maggie's kitchen. Today we are going to make French baguette. It's a basic bread with only few ingredients. But to make a bakery like a French baguette at home with a crispy crust is not easy. Some people say you need to make 1,000 baguette to master your baguette baking skill. So today, I would like to share my experience on the journey to that 1,000 baguette. Let's start with making the dough.
500 grams of all-purpose flour, 9 grams of salt, 2 grams of dry yeast. I usually like to add 1 teaspoon of rosemary for extra flavor. Then slowly pour in 350 grams of room temperature water. I did not use Polish here, because the dough will be fermented in the fridge for 24 hours, so I bypass this step. Mix until no visible dry bits, then cover. Let the dough rest for 30 minutes to an hour before the first stretch and folds. The hydration level is 70%. It is kind of soft dough, so I'm still gonna use stretch and folds at the time to help to build the gluten. As to how to do a stretch and folds, please check my other video of how to make Algerian bread. The link is down below. After first stretch and folds, let the dough rest for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you can see the dough is already pretty strong, can form a transparent membrane. You can stop here to let the dough to ferment, but I'm gonna do another set of stretch and fold. For fermentation, first leave the dough at room temperature. Let it rise to about 1.5 of its original size, and then leave it in the fridge for overnight. Take the dough out of the fridge and let it sit for a couple of hours back to room temperature. Dust the work surface with some flour. Look at these big bubbles. You know the dough is very strong. Divide the dough into 4 equal pieces. Pre-shape each piece into a ball. Dust with some flour, and then cover. Let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes. Take 1 dough ball and flip over. Dust with some flour on the work surface, but not too much, because otherwise the dough will run over the place when you shape it. Press and stretch into a rectangular shape. Then fold and roll into a baguette shape, to the length that will fit your pan. Make sure that the seam side is facing down. If you don't have a couche like me, you can use a parchment paper. Just fold in the middle like this. Then dust with some flour and cover for final proof for about 45 to 50 minutes, depends on your temperature. While waiting, I set up the oven and preheat it to 485 Fahrenheit. Commercial ovens provide a stable, high temperature with a steam at the first half baking to give a French baguette that signature crispy crust. To replicate a deck oven at a pro bakery, that's how I set up my oven at home. I place pan at the bottom and pour boiling water as soon as the baguette gets in. To minimize the temperature variation, I add some rocks in the pan and add a cast iron pizza pan underneath the baking rack, and also add a cast iron pot underneath, and I bake 2 baguettes at a time, not a whole batch. Still, temperature varies from oven to oven. Many facts may affect on the optimized baking temperature, such as oven setting, kitchen temperature, etc. It will be best to experiment yourself to find the best temperature range. I tried 485 to 550 Fahrenheit. It seems 485 Fahrenheit is a better setting for my home oven. One more step before baking, scoring, which is very important to have a good oven spring. I have been struggling with scoring until I see the video from Bread Lab. I will put the link underneath. The video suggesting that hold the blades at a very small angle, almost horizontal, and also have a 1/3 of overlap between 2 cuts. If you don't have a lame like the one I use, a sharp blade or small scissor will work as well. My oven is preheated at 485 for at least 30 minutes. I bake 10 minutes with steam and 10 minutes without steam. Finally, here's the result. And listen to the sound. A freshly baked baguette with a butter is something you must try. I may try lower temperature setting to see if I can get a better oven spring. Do you have any advice or experience in baking to share? Or any questions? Please leave in the comment area below. And as always, thank you for watching and see you next time.